This piece here is something I wrote after I watched what I consider to be one of the most important movies of my generation. It's not any generation, but that's up to everybody has a different opinion on that. But I mean, you can't deny that this movie caused such an impact, and nothing like it had ever really been done before, and has really never been done since. I think they took a big chance making this, but I think it got the reaction they were hoping for, and it made people take a good hard look at the difference, the real difference between right and wrong. Um, Hopefully, it changed some people's beliefs and made for a better world. Maybe Hollywood did some good for once. But anyways, this is some of the feelings I had shortly after watching it. Is genetics responsible for anti-Semitics, or is it just backwoods rednecks with nothing left of their welfare checks, so they blame every brown Tom and Mexican Larry, instead of accepting blame for their fuck-ups and hiccups in life, the strife they caused, the wives they lost, the unseen dreams. They can't even keep their trailer clean, and the eyes gleam was lost long ago, somewhere between the 40-yard line and the high school end zone. Hate breeding warmongers with small dongers, trying to make up for something lost or never there in the first place, losing races and misstepping their way through life, scared and alone in grown man's bodies, but really just dumb kids in white hoodies. Blood thieves and hung from trees. Lincoln's disbelief runs deep. We've come so far to only rear back the ugly head of ignorance and prance their way back to the Rhineland. And they thought Hitler was kind and noble, and his control of the mobilizations of the lost so-called Aryan nations was all in the name of a pure race. A man with a plan. Long dead and gone, his pictures and memories and preachment of affirmative action hypocrisy still resonate in youthful ears. The tear gas is settled, the rubble pile is long swept up. The wall even came down, but that smile of white supremacy is still turned upside down. It's sad, really, to rally around something so jaded, so wrong. The strong are the weak, and the bleak outlooks of these lives of saddened mothers and dying brothers who comfort each other only in memory. Maybe if the hearing of the dead is clear enough to filter out choked up sobs of anger and confuse mobs of grieving widows out of black coffee shop windows. Surely there must be a better way than to suffocate the kids of today with impure thoughts and the shaved white skulls who can't understand the black man, or Mexican clans, or even Stanley, the Portuguese male nanny. Throw a rock, pull a trigger, take a life. These are done out of an order, out of scenes from chaotic borders and hoarders of outdated belief systems and cryptic idealisms of days gone past. Sour and done, run their course, and weren't ever much fun anyways. What did they derive from their actions that ever improved their lives? It is sad that races are broken apart from just human. And maybe one person can't change a world, but one man can have a dream. And it seems a reality that we can discharge and disband these regimes of dumb white suburban kids and thoroughly punish the Camerons of the world, make examples and sample the actions of Nelson Mandela and all the other fellas whose shining light turned us on to the difference between wrong and right. In a world of hurt and anguish, it's still realistic to come out on top, to trade in sopping wet blood rallies and their mind comp farces for the Rosa Parkses of the world, fresh off the bus bench, ready to take a chance and lend a hand and refuse to stand, so to show us the way. It's never easy in the beginning, but it's the start of stopping the sinning, and maybe to start again with some genetic reprinting back at the beginning. It's a new day, and the top of the inning. Maybe dull the knife, perhaps change a life. Whatever you do, you always have a choice to be more than just a voice in your head. Lead by example and make Lincoln proud. Make Rosa turn around and give you an applause because you accosted those thugs and chugged down that road of redemption, leading you out of temptation to hate just to fit in. You could show to slur or turn a blind eye and shove your head in like a turtle, but wouldn't it feel best to be the change you wish to see in the world? Behind the Iron Cross are the hostages that swastikas captured and the fortunate ones that didn't perish in ovens, but survived in Coventry, England, and all the suffering and the whimpers in alleys, and crying down below in the ship's galley while they parlayed and sauteed their way to free lives and burned memories of a new day. The American way. This is no way to treat a guest. And the long row over, shackled and tortured, misled and hung overboard on the shores of a new land, bought and sold, left to rot, and told of new jobs and no pay, and some people's dads tell them that this treatment is okay? The shrill cries and black spells, the forgotten weary people who fell down under the guns and knives of lost lives, and the lonely corpses hanging from all sorts of places with loose neckties covered in flies. And they try to tell their story during that long fall down a well. You can see it clearly on their shoulder patch that says, "I'm bound to go to heaven, since I've served my time in hell." Hopefully this movie affected people as much as it affected me.